So why Filipinas make rules for these guys and they break rules for the other guys? This is going to be universal to all women everywhere, but we'll talk about Filipinas as I've witnessed this firsthand. And so basically, they make rules for betas and they break rules for alphas and bad boys and stuff like that. That's just a general rule all over the world. And if your Filipina is giving you all types of rules or making you court her or jump through hoops or pay for certain things in order to gain access to her, she's essentially letting you know that you are a beta in her eyes, and she certainly has broken the rules for the right man with the right amount of sexual marketplace value, etc. That's just the way that it works. Unfortunately, there's just no way to really change that. If a woman meets you and she looks you in the eyes and she sees you as a beta, there's no way for you to ever really become an alpha, unfortunately. No matter what you do, no matter how hard you work out, no matter how much you try to have frame or try to say no and stuff like that, a woman will look at you and use her animalistic attraction to decipher whether or not you are a Chad, you are an alpha, you are a pre-selected, you are a ladies' man, you are a heartbreaker, or you are a provider, you are beta bucks. And so that's just unfortunately something you can't really reverse. A woman knows instantaneously upon meeting you if you're qualified physically for her, and then your personality can carry you through, your wealth, your this or that. But when a woman meets you, she doesn't need to evaluate you over 17 dinners. She can automatically decide, hey, this guy is that guy, or this guy is below my threshold from a handsome standpoint, etc. So once they make that first 5 seconds of seeing you, first 30 minutes of speaking to you, there's really no way to reverse that. You've made your first impression and you fall into multiple different tiers. You fall into this guy has no chance. You fall into this guy is gorgeous, I want to rip his clothes off, he's the alpha bad boy. Or this guy is acceptable. This guy is, I can work with it since he's rich, or, he's good looking enough that I can, his personality carries him through, or his power, or his, money, or his authority, or his, whatever it is. So that's just something that's kind of irreversible. And so if a woman's making you take her out to 7 dinners to evaluate your beauty and she's just not sure, she's sure. Women know right away. Animalistically, they know if you are that guy. When they're making you take them to Nobu 17 times or do this and that, they're hooking up with a random guy that's broke after you take them back from the dinner and get nothing. So just know that animalistically, a woman knows from the jump. And you're either a beta or an alpha. And if you are falling into the beta category, there will be many, many rules. There will be many, many financial obligations. There will be many, many things that you will need to do in order to keep said woman or to gain sexual access to that woman on any level. So just keep that in mind. When you're truly that guy, there are no rules. All bets are off. The rules are bent. The rules are changed. You do not need to wait. Things can happen first night. It's not a thing where they need to evaluate. You need to do waiting period. You need to do courting. You need to do multiple meetups. When you meet a girl and you're that guy, all bets are off. Things can happen instantaneously in any country. I just want to make that crystal clear. And for a lot of guys that are angry in my comment section and this and that, this is just the sad facts of it. Maybe you fall into that beta category. Maybe you fall into that bottom 90% category. But when you're in that top 10%, that bad boy, that alpha, that sigma, that whatever they're looking for category, all bets are off and you can get it all. First night, you can get whatever. And when a girl does hook up with you the first night, do not disqualify her from dating you. Trust me, it doesn't make a difference. It just really depends on you and your prior experience with women, and you will understand why that woman is giving you access the first night. That does not disqualify a woman. You don't need to marry the girl that makes you wait a week. You know what happens with me if a girl makes me wait a week? I lose interest and I'm out, period, point blank, my whole life. It doesn't really matter. A girl knows when it's right, and from an animalistic standpoint, you just can't beat being an alpha or a sigma or being that guy that is physically and aesthetically pleasing in that woman's eyes. So just wanted to bring you that quick message and let you know the guys that the ladies all over the world make rules for, and the guys that the ladies all over the world break rules for. All right, guys, I go live every day around 9 or 10 a.m. Manila time. I do consultations, Jasperinthephilippines@gmail.com. And sana all. Rest a bit.